Hey YouTube, it is Nicole here on this Monday night. I hope you guys had a great Monday. My Monday was nice, and I want to say thank you so much to all of you who wished me a very happy birthday. I appreciate it so much. Um, it was good, when your birthday falls on a work day, it's kind of like, but it was still nice. My boss, she went and bought me this really nice ice cream cake, and she gave me gifts and whatnot. So it was great. It's always, a wonderful feeling to be, appreciated on your birthday. So shout out to them and shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much. But on to a more depressing topic. As you guys know, Miss Betty Shelby has come out of hiding. The cop, or as Tariq Nasheed likes to say, suspected white supremacist or race soldier. She has come out of hiding. And I'm reading this from Vibe.com, and it says, officer who shot and killed Terence Crutcher said Crutcher caused his own death. And then they wonder why they're so hated. Let's see here. Betty Shelby, the Tulsa, Oklahoma officer who shot and killed Terence Crutcher last September, broke her silence Sunday, April 2nd, and said while she's hurt about the ordeal, Crutcher's death is actually his fault. I have sorrow that this happened, that this man lost his life, but he caused the situation to occur. So in the end, he caused his own, Shelby said. Heartless. Heartless. She's an animal. Continuing. During a 60 Minutes interview with CBS Bill Whitaker, Shelby said race had nothing to do with why she shot the 40-year-old who was experiencing car troubles. Lies. Instead, it was his zombie-like behavior that caused the fatal encounter. He's standing there motionless. And I thought, I wonder if he's on PCP. Autopsy reports would later conclude that there was PCP in Crutcher's system. I find this highly suspect. I've always found this highly suspect. It's too convenient. PCP was just magically found in the system. Okay. All right. We'll play by the games. Shelby, who faces first-degree manslaughter charges, was released from prison 20 minutes after posting a $50,000 bond last year. The Tulsa World reports, initially Shelby's lawyer, Scott Wood, said she experienced auditory exclusion at the time of the shooting, which, as Wood explained, is an occurrence that takes place during high-pressure situations. Wood alleges because of the auditory exclusion, Shelby had no recollection that other officers arrived on the scene. Yeah, okay. Shelby encountered Crutcher while checking on an abandoned car and said he refused to adhere to her commands to stand down. It was then Shelby surmised Crutcher was armed and fired. Really? The shooting proved especially heart-wrenching as footage was captured from a helicopter above, as well as a police car dash cam. The roadside killing of Crutcher, who was unarmed and shot with his hands in the air, sparked protests in Oklahoma as well as around the country, echoing the sentiments of other young black and brown men and women killed by law enforcement. Crutcher's sister, Tiffany, said she knew about the prominent deaths of other black men, but never assumed her brother would be mentioned in the same breath. You live in a system of white supremacy. You should always, sadly and sickly, expect it. I saw Trayvon Martin. I saw Mike Brown. I saw Philando Castile. I saw Tamir Rice, Crutcher's sister told 60 Minutes. But never in 1,000 years with my family would we have thought that we would be on on their side, of it. And my brother now, according to social media, is another hashtag. I feel very bad for the family, but, in this evil, wicked system called white supremacy, you should never expect anything less. It's sad we have to think like that. It's sad that we have to be prepared in that sense. But this is how you have to think. This is how you have to act. You have to be on alert. You have to be on alert. You have to be watching your surroundings. You have to be just paying attention. You have to be aware because they're out there waiting. Just waiting, trigger happy to do harm. I believe nothing she says. I think she's a liar. I think she saw this big black man and just immediately freaked out. There have been studies, there have been articles written about how white people, not all, but how a certain amount of white people fear black men. And I'll have to go search for those articles and studies and pull them up. And we're going to have to talk about this as well. But yes, I think her fear of the black man who was unarmed, and she says he was armed, in a zombie-like, how can you be in a zombie-like, state and be erratic at the same time? How does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm getting the erratic from some of these white supremacist comments down here. Like this white supremacist here, real. And he says, the man stopped his vehicle in the middle of the road while high on LSD. LSD, PCP, okay, fine. Had more LSD in his possession, refused to comply to officers on scene while continuing to rifle through his pockets, walked away and attempted to enter his vehicle where he could have quickly produced a weapon. See, this is all imaginary. The scary black man, this is what he's going to do. You see how he's projecting his racist, scary nightmares? Could have. Pay attention to the wording. Could have, quickly. This officer will never see the inside of a jail. You don't want him to see the one. As long as they're white, you don't want him to see one. This is you're dealing with a racist right here. And then this person here, Prayo, refusing to comply by raising his hands, no weapon in his car or on his person. Try again. Thank you. Thank you. Think. Common sense. Critical thinking. And then they respond, he was never told to raise his hands, but he was told to stop and refused to comply. And when he walked to, look at this. And he then walked to car and attempted to open it while in a PCP. You see how he went from LSD to PCP? Drug-induced haze where he could have produced a weapon, projecting. Look at this. This is so... You can't even get mad because it's so stupid. They're not even listening to what they're saying. And then the person responded, he sure could, but since there was no weapon in the car, nor did he have one on his person, what prevented her from using a taser? Exactly. Anything, any deflection, any way to clear these so-called race soldiers from just being free to just kill us and get off. This is what they do. They make up stuff as they go along. Just say whatever you want. Just say whatever sticks to the wall. Just say anything. So these devils, they don't care. They don't care. When it's you, they don't care. But anyway, I'm just glad this person is giving it back to them and whatnot. But yeah. She has a lot of nerve to get on 60 Minutes with her BS. And she has support. You better believe that this devil has support. And sadly, I feel she's going to walk. She's going to walk. This is in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of all places, guys. The city, the town where the Oklahoma riots, Tulsa riots happen. I mean, really? Do we really expect anything to happen with this devil? Sadly, I don't. But my heart and prayers goes out to the Crutcher family. If he doesn't get justice in this world, I hope he gets justice one day. Because all this evilness and all this karma, it's already starting to come back on them. It's already starting to come back. And all we can do is just sit back and watch it happen. Betty Shelby, you're disgusting. And I feel like you're a liar. And nobody cares about your lies besides white supremacists. All right, guys. I will see you in the next video.